Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of session 98 of Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way. One little detail that I forgot to give Dregnar, our Shadow Monk Totem Barb hybrid, who uses Shadow Meditation, was when he rolled his natural 20 for a 26 or 27 total on a recent history check. The last image provided to him in the shadows of Tabard waiting outside of the entry gate near where the menagerie were then escorted by the magistrate of Justice Howen and his crew. Tabard was looking over the ledger and documentation, and the individual that handed it to him was that little gnome girl that took the notes of the menagerie's inventory upon arrival.
That little snitch.
You see
I will-
Tabard, you know,
Go ahead.
you see Tabard like exchanging like a little satchel of coin.
Can I try to hold on to that long enough to see what the inventory has on it?
No, you don't see words. You just see, like you see
Gotcha.
like the impression. It's like shadows drawing an image, right? It's
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not that detailed. The only other thing that I was gonna mention to y'all because we were talking about it like in the during the break. Like, can you imagine how much Barb would probably love Tabard?
Totally.
Yeah.
The whole information is power. That yeah. That I wish you were here, Nico. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up. All right. So it is morning. No light in your room. Says you are just naturally inclined to be the first one that tends to wake up. However, if you have nothing to do with it, we'll just say that everybody is able to wake up fairly well rested. You guys get the benefit of a long rest. I don't believe anybody was injured, so you didn't have to use a charge of your healer's kit to heal up. And you guys all were well fed, so you guys do get the benefit of the long rest. So you guys can all go ahead and click that button. I'll do it for the people that are not here.
Yeah, I just gotta
Go
pick
out.
my command style.
And then for the players that are here, we can go ahead and roll
stuff.
your items.
Yeah.
Yeah. So James, your coin recharge.
Done.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else for you.
Nope.
Okay.
My totem is Fox's Cunning. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, which means I get extra item charges too. Nice.
that's actually also kind of thematic based off
Yeah,
what the
what
scroll
we
was
just
talking
talked about. Yeah.
Yeah. And then rock, long rest. Go. I will say, for just in case if it comes up,
Should I roll
no, we'll just
the bard
we'll.
or the wand? Oh no, I have the wand is Sedges, right? Did you have that?
Sedge got the wand, yeah. So Sedge, go ahead and
I do
take
have
that
the
long
wand.
rest. Go ahead and set your wand. And like, if something happens where we need portents or we'll do that retroactively. It's fine.
Yeah, agreed.
Go ahead and roll that
Roll
d6 on that
wand.
wand.
Roll that wand. You're a sorcerer, baby.
You're a sorcerer.
All right.
You're a sorcerer, Sage.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like the character you want to play.
That's true.
You're one big rabbit.
Is level 1 sorcerer, does that give me portals? Portals, anybody? Portals? No?
Portals? No.
Just kidding.
Portals? No.
No. Anything cool? Probably not.
Actually, I mean, sorcerer cantrips are good.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, mostly.
Right. So y'all are rustled up. Al will open the door and get to room 6 and knock. You guys, up? Hello.
Go away.
All right, you're up.
No
We're
fluff
going.
pillow.
Housekeeping.
Okay. I should have gone with the housekeeping. You're right. That's on me. I failed. I'm feeling last night. I'm going downstairs.
Totally random. Do you guys know that was completely improv and wasn't going to be part of the main movie?
You talking about the from Black Sheep or whatever?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They actually had a totally different thing, but I guess Farrell did that, and
David
not
Spade
Farrell.
went with it.
Yeah, David Spade went with it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I didn't-
Farley.
yeah.
Farley, that's it. I was thinking Will Ferrell. Farley.
Okay.
Anywho, so get up, get dressed.
As you guys are leaving your room, there's another door 2 opens up, and a Khemri male in simple dark attire steps down and, oh, good morning, and starts heading down as well.
I just look at everybody's like, do we know who that is? Like, whatever.
I didn't even acknowledge him. I'm going
Yeah,
downstairs.
exactly. Breakfast before we go. Let's get some
Yes,
food.
breakfast.
So
Are
now
we
that
going
it's
to utilize the ladle again?
I mean,
And
we're
just
at a. They have food here. We don't need to.
and
Oh,
just
thank goodness.
retroactive. I would have told everybody last night about the gnome.
oh yeah.
Well, we'll have some questions for him when we talk to him today. Then.
Yes, yes.
So Al will be like,
That is
"That
troubling.
he's a professor?"
Right. Hey, we're in the
Wait,
open.
didn't? Well, okay,
That's
whatever.
weird.
But didn't they call him a student as well? Like someone at the when he did that
He said
performance.
he's student
was
of the
this-
White Duke.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean we can just ask him about that. That's I've never
Man.
heard of the. Does anybody know the White Duke? Actually, yeah. Does any of us know about have heard of the White Duke?
History check.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Actually, I have advantage on history checks today because the fox is coming.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna roll
Total of 13.
the ridiculousness that is freaking Rock.
There
There you go.
Oh my
Rock,
god.
fucking Rock's met the White Duke.
I mean, like-
He is the White Duke.
I'm not
Oh,
even gonna
no.
bother rolling.
I was gonna say I was gonna do Al's, but I don't think he can't possibly beat a 28. So.
Well, no, I mean, you might as well.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's true.
They might.
Oh no, it's terrible. 11.
Okay.
Here we go.
28.
See how horrible this is. Woohoo! A 10.
Okay. So, Rockley has heard of a tale of the White Duke. His origins and background are really not too known. However, he did come to prominence as a collector of knowledge and sharer of said knowledge, and he established a school that is basically lost in myth. It's never been really no one can actually confirm that it existed, but it's called the College of the White Duke, where curriculum was taught via was never written down, and apparently the White Duke had the favor of the mentor, the Pantheon member of knowledge.
Oh, we can confirm it now. As I am assuming that's where I will hush tones, of course. I'm assuming that's where the professor was given his lesson.
Maybe.
Now, the thing is, guys, we got to play this very close to the chest here, because if we give him too much, we could scare him into doing something that we don't know. Because I don't know if you noticed or not, he did have a sword on him the entire time.
Yeah, but wasn't that like an instrument more than a weapon. I don't know. He was kind of using it in his little musical number deal.
Well, didn't his hand go to it whenever you were talking to him?
Did it?
Didn't you say that, Adam? That some of us saw that his hand was on there while Davis was talking to him about
Yeah.
the Mad Titan.
Yeah, I may not have
Yeah.
caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened is after he because I didn't hide it from y'all. It was like something that if you chose to like I said, if you choose to notice this, you notice it. When he went to go put the tome that he put up, um, he did like he moved his hand and you saw like a shimmer over the bookshelf, and then his other hand was clutching relatively tightly the hilt of his blade.
Yeah, but I just thought, yeah, I don't know if that really meant anything. Yeah, maybe.
So, after breakfast, off to the Lyceum District.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be following. This is very much not my area, so I'm just gonna be following with you guys.
Easily enough, as you guys are having, getting settled and all that. Uh, a halfling and a halfling girl and a gnome are manning the front. They take your order for some food. It'll cost you 1 gold total for the whole group.
I'll get it this way.
And it's a collection of dried meat, dried fruit, and some. It smells like freshly baked breads because there's actually some sort of it's got that smell to it, yeasty bread. There is a morning grog or just water available to drink, and fairly tasty. It's fairly good. Can whoever's running Taros, can you roll me a general intelligence check for him? And because it is knowledge based, and he's got that thing that lets him use wisdom in place of intelligence or something.
Other way around, I think.
Or other way around. Yeah, never mind. That's fine. Yeah, just intelligence. Yeah, sorry. You're right. You're right.
And I think that's Mr. Donnie.
You're muted, Sedge, if you're trying to talk.
I'm pulling them up.
So it would just be a +4. So D20 +4. General intelligence.
Okay. I'll type it out for now.
I would say before you do finish the roll, let me check one thing.
Sure.
I want to check his command styles. I think he's still got tactical wit. Where do I put his list? He does have tactical assessment, which allows him to add one of his superiority dies to the roll if you want to. I will allow it for this. His
Is that a
superiority die.
before or after thing?
When you make a investigation, history, or wisdom insight, you can expend a superiority die and add it to the roll.
So yeah, it's either.
Yeah, it's if you want to, Sedge.
I'm gonna hold it for now because I feel like I'm gonna use something.
He's
like
got
that.
he's got a bunch of superiority die and he gets them back on a short rest.
Oh, how many does he have?
At
This is
this
fighter
level,
Or no?
no. I gotta look. Class, because I had to like customly build it in, right? So let me pull up the let me. Why am I not looking at our source document? I mean, I have a source document for a reason. All right, Materia Fighter. He is level 10. He has 5 die. They're D8. So if you use it, I'll go ahead and mark off a charge for you.
Yeah, I used it.
Nice.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
There you go. Yeah, dude. Significant. All right, so there's been something that's been kind of sitting in Karos's back of the mind, has been bugging him, and he'll, as you guys are like finishing up your meal, he'll say, "Wasn't this place supposed to be manned by a patas? And I don't really get a real Seb vibe here. Something doesn't seem to. I can't shake it. It's weird.
Wait, so manned by a what?
Wasn't the person we were supposed to meet here that like runs the establishment? We were told her name was Patas.
Oh.
I'll yell, "Oi! Where's Patas at?"
And this car just kind of like leads back. It's like that's one approach, and like there's the Camry
Oh yeah, I have that in my
male that you
notes.
saw in the
Patas
morning
runs it.
eating, and then there's the two individuals manning at the front, and like one person was at the bar like getting a drink before they were leaving, and they just kind of look, and you'll see the little halfling female jump down, walk over, be like, "Was that, sir? Can I get you something else?"
I'm looking for Patas. Where is she?
Oh, well, you must be mad to look for her, right?
Okay, dude. You're Drex doesn't get,
Yeah.
mad. Why would I be mad at her?
Oh, Petis will be in later today. Should I let her know that someone's looking for her? A name?
Dragnar.
Dragnar. Cool. Dragnar looking for Patas.
Okay, I'm gonna insight roll this little fucking gnome bitch.
Mm,
Gnome
Oh
or
yeah,
halfling?
she's a halfling. He's a gnome.
Okay, I'm talking to the halfling, right?
Yeah, she halfling.
Insight this little. Come on,
Alright.
baby. 18, not bad.
I think she'll deliver your message. There was something like she was. You get the sense she was expecting you to respond with something.
You don't know the password.
Does any
They
of
have
us
a
know the
secret.
password?
They have a secret
No.
password.
I don't think we do. At least that's not in my notes.
No.
I'll look at Rock. Rock, what was the password?
Rock will be like, password. We didn't get a password.
Damn it, Rock, you failed me.
There was a password? Why would there
Yeah.
be a password? We're just
I
coming
don't
to a
know.
tavern.
I don't know. It's super secret squirrel stuff.
As you guys are having this entire discussion, she's just listening to the conversation. I'm assuming I should get going. Okay, Ragnar, message for Patas. Got it. She starts walking. And an owl would go.
I think
"Wait,
she
there,
heard us.
there was a password? Oh boy. Okay. Who told us to come here anyways? Do we
Meeker,
remember?
I think.
Oh,
I mean-
is this the place where we need? Oh, I should be quiet. Sorry.
I look around and go, I'm not the thinking one. I'm the punching one. I look at Al and Rock. You guys are the thinking ones. And what? Carlos is pretty smart too.
Carlos is like, hey. As he's like stroking his temple now. He's like, password. I don't remember a password. Why would there be a password? Ugh. Alright, can we just go to the Lyceum District, please? I'm tired of this.
Well, one way or another, we got somebody's attention. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what we want.
All right, let's go.
They're already watching us, Davis.
That's true. Bye, everybody.
See you
The,
later.
the two at the front will say, bye, see you whenever you return.
Bye.
Bye.
Did she say hopefully?
No.
That's a little ominous. Like, hopefully. We'll see you when you return. Hopefully. I could have swore I heard you say hopefully. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, damn, they're kind of brash here. Shit. Okay, so Lyceum District, let's go.
Yeah, so my Lyceum District will be mostly the northern core along the so you guys can basically take it the cavern streets heading north, and you'll hit the Lyceum District on both sides.
Yeah, just because I'm gonna play Rock the way I would think Rock would play. Every time there's anything that's interesting to look at, he will stop.
Dude, you're not gonna get. Oh God, this is gonna take like 5 hours to
Well,
go.
am I wrong with Rock?
Mm-mm.
Depends.
I appreciate it. It's gonna take a bit. Okay, let me.
I think it'll get to the point to where one of us, Davis
Yeah.
or I, will be like, okay, Rock, we'll look at it later. Let's go.
Yeah, I
Go, Rock.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Rock, let's go, Rock.
So as you guys are traveling north and you're getting more towards the Lyceum district, the Al and Davis, y'all have been here. Memories are starting to come back of your original visit to Whitlaw.
Yep.
Here the stonework is still of the same. The cut of the stone is the same. However, it starts to get replaced with more of rather than the standard grays and beige tones, you're starting to get more of the whites and the ivories coming through,
It's like a marble.
contrasting with some onyx. Yeah, exactly. It starts to get pretty nice, but not in the way that it's at Dreadnought. It's not to the point where it's like flaunting it. It's just nice. It's just designed to look very
Excuse
nice.
me.
Yeah, of course. Here, as you're walking, in some of the stands and on the sides, yeah, you still see the banners and streamers and everything for the Festival of Colors. But as you're traveling through, there is always some sort of music being played of various instruments. There's different individuals on almost every corner or any cafe, be it from a stringed instrument to a wind instrument to percussion. Always there seems to be some sort of tune, but there's not this discordant noise. It fades in one area and then picks up in another area. It's to say it's a nice area is an understatement, though. However, here as you're traveling, Davis, you're kind of starting to recognize some of the buildings, and Rock is starting to get distracted by some of the signs and some of the music. Um, there's also individuals that are uh, uh, on balconies on some of the buildings, and there appears to be a elven individual painting something, perhaps the street, perhaps the sky. You don't know, as he's got an easel out and everything. Uh, you see different individuals with different colored robes walking through the sections of town. Um, it just it's a very nice part of town. Uh, the stonework of the streets and the cobbling is well maintained and kept. Uh, yeah. So, where are you guys looking or hoping to go, or what are you guys asking?
Uh.
Hmm.
uh.
Hmm. Is the Lyceum district also have like the College of Curiosities or whatever it was called?
Oh yeah,
Fascinations.
College of Fascinations is definitely
Ooh.
known to be here.
Hey guys, I feel like we should check out the College of Fascinations, even just out of curiosity.
Sure.
And Cars would say, I mean, of course, it's a repository of knowledge. Uh, do we know where to go? And Cars would look at, excuse me, hi, yes. He just kind of waves down to one human female, another elven-looking female, and they seem to be kind of like in matching longer kind of robes. Hi, we're not really from here. We're looking for the College of Fascinations. Can you point us in the right direction? And they kind of look you guys over and they say, "Oh, you can't miss it. Just keep going. You'll see the courtyard you'll see the walls, the gates, the greens. You'll see the green gates essentially. You can't miss it. It'll be on the right hand side." Like, thank you. Do you guys have a direction?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So as you guys are walking, continuing to see, the corner cafes. There seems to be people eating, reading books, going through scrolls. It's very different from the rest of the city that you've seen. There seems to be a real academic uh, influence here. Uh, you do start to head, and as you get to one portion, you do start to see where there is a like an almost like an obelisk like structure on where one of the and then a wall kind of coming from it, and then beyond it there's a gate, and you fairly see like more trees growing up and over. And as you guys look and venture, there is a open, large, wide gate, and beyond it is just numerous buildings, uh, open grass field courtyards with large trees growing, very much giving the impression of a university college like atmosphere. Um, yeah, you guys
I'll,
have
I'll look at it. I'll
been
be like, so do we just do we just walk in, or do we need to? I never.
uh,
How does this work?
I really don't know. We don't look like students, and I don't think we look like professors.
Do they?
Um,
Do you have to be a student?
I don't know. I mean, I see. I think I see a little, maybe like a security hut or something. Let's just walk and see what happens. And as you guys are kind of walking a little bit down the way, there is like a separated, smaller building, along the trail that leads into the main college. And indeed, it is like a checkpoint kind of area.
Al, are you sure they're gonna listen to you with your hair looking as ridiculous as it is?
They don't see my hair, remember?
Oh right, shit.
Well, it's okay, Jones. I know, this is a jackass. It happens. So,
Someone
I
being loud.
guess, yeah, revving their engines and screeching their tires. So, so Al will say, and the individual that's sitting is you know what? We're gonna go with it. It's a Luxodon. And,
Hey.
she rises and looks you over, is like, can I help you? Are you lost? You need instructions, directions? Looking to a,
I'll shove Al forward.
it's like, all right, so what is Al gonna say? I'm not gonna roleplay Al in this part.
Man, I don't know. It's hard to roleplay Al. He's so unique.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we were
Hold,
looking for
hold
the.
on, hold on.
Okay,
I want
go
to
for it.
interrupt. Whenever you do that, I'm going to kind of push out just 1 second. I'm going to walk forward, and I'm going to say I am a visiting scholar from the Temple of Forgiveness, and I'll pull out my monastery emblem and say I'm here to peruse your libraries if possible.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, and Al will be like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we're escorting him. It was a large travel. He's here to, do his monk stuff, monastery stuff.
Because
He's gonna
technically,
give you,
that's not a lie.
yeah, he's gonna give you a bardic inspiration.
Okay, cool. I hope it's. Ooh, I'm going to need it. Was it a D10 or D12
10.
now?
10 for him.
I'll always know what his bardic inspirations are because it's the same as my merit.
Oh,
Oh
God.
boy.
Total of 6.
You said total of 6. Okay.
No, sorry. Total of 4. I have 5 plus a -2. Because remember, my charisma is low.
Yeah,
High
I got that.
rolling.
Just trying to find his features. There's bardic inspiration. Okay, marked. Damn. Okay, total of 4, you said. She's like, well, I'm not aware of any mm, mm, temple of forgiveness. I'm not aware of any
It's
visitors.
near Usagi.
Usagi's, I'm aware it's a large region, but I'm sorry. I was not given any information of visitors from the Temple of Forgiveness. Is there perhaps an individual that I can maybe have word and they could come reach out to you? Or
Well, I was actually more. Me and my colleagues were traveling, and um, I'm now traveling with the Crash Menagerie. Yes, I just name dropped, and
it's just odd coming from you. It's like, oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yes, boom,
Okay.
deal with it.
yes. So I was wondering, just traveling through the area since I'm in Whitlaw, and I know monasteries and places like this are very commonly will share knowledge. I was just hoping to gain entry. There would have been no forewarning or anything that came in advance of me arriving. We just recently arrived. What was it, yesterday? To look around.
And Rock will say, yesterday. And he's just kind of absent-mindedly just kind of looking at all the buildings. Kind of, um, well, this is interesting. Well, as you may have come on good intentions, perhaps if you'd be willing to wait a moment, I'll see if I can get someone to at least escort you to talk to one of the receptions. Perhaps they can sort this out for you. I'm very sorry, but
Oh yes, we'll wait.
Absolutely.
okay. While would you mind giving me your names just so I can
I'm
check the witness
Dregnar.
desk? She'll ask you how to spell it, but okay. Um,
Dregnar. Dregnar.
mhm.
G
Last
U
name
And
S
Bear.
you,
T A V
a-
Dregnar.
and she will
Yeah,
say of the Temple of Forgiveness.
correct.
Okay.
Temple of Silent Forgiveness.
Oh, excuse me. Silent forgiveness.
Yeah, you wouldn't think looking at this guy, silent, right?
I don't know. I've just met him.
Oh yeah, that makes sense to you.
Sorry.
Dregnar actually chuckles a little bit.
Um, and who are you,
Oh,
sir?
Davis.
Davis. Okay. And um, you, looking at you,
Sige.
said, okay. And Al will kind of pick up on everyone giving their names. I'm Al. Rock will say, I'm Rock, not like the stone with the
Actually, Al
Q
might say
U.
Allegretto.
Yeah, that's true. Alegre. Yeah. And then Karos will be like, hmm, Kara, two ways. Like, okay, one moment. Let me see if I can be right back. And you see she goes, there's a canine, a mutt, and she rolls up a scroll, puts it like on his collar, and says, and gives a little pat and says, "Go get him," and runs off.
So now we're just
Um,
sitting
So,
there staring at her.
well,
yeah,
I was going to motion for everyone to come off about 10 paces from her.
yeah. She'll just say, "Please forgive any delay. I'm sorry. It's procedure."
Understood.
And I'll say, I know we have some books and stuff that we've collected. Maybe we use that to possibly grease the wheels to get in, because I know they probably want some books that we may have that we're not really using. Because I know we took some stuff from the Necro Tower and all that, just different random books.
You still have the list of all those things.
Uh,
Yeah, Davis
let
is
me.
just staring at Al and Rock at this point.
Well, I think what it was is it was on Yarshi. Let me look. And
Well,
then,
bad news about that then.
well, no, because I thought we had given them to whoever was carrying everything, because Yarshi didn't have that much strength anyway.
Ah,
But I know on the bag of holding we have an item, tome from the Necro Tower. That's all it says. That may be it.
Okay, got it. And then you have hag notes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking. I mean, yeah, just making sure. Okay.
some little barter stuff.
Yeah, just in case we got to grease the wheels to get it a little bit.
Makes sense.
It's not like stuff that we haven't already gone over and possibly got information from and all that. I'm gonna check Yarshi just to see if there's anything that was technically left on him that should have been put into everyone else. No, that
Oh
would
yeah,
have been
yeah.
wrong.
Tome, yeah. Item tome from Necro Tower.
Yeah, I think
Draconic
that's
tome found within the text within the room of the text. Okay, yeah. Okay, I remember this book now. Okay.
yeah, I think that's the one that we pulled off of Yarshi because Yarshi doesn't have it on him.
Got it. So as you guys are waiting, uh she will approach you one more time and say, uh is there anything in particular that you have, just trying to make small talk right now. Is there anything in particular that you have found interesting in Whitlaw so far in your travels?
I do have one question. Do you have an instrument at this college to help us scrying?
Right. Um, I'm sure. I'm sure there are some of those individuals here, especially that focus in divination and or arcane. However, forgive me, I was not really talented in that field. I man the front. I'm
Hmm.
sure if you have good conversations and a good exchange of knowledge, perhaps they'll assist you in that.
So they don't have like a scrying orb or anything?
They probably do. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm merely sorry. I'm
Oh,
security.
it's quite all right. I'm just asking. Thank you
Mm,
for your answers.
of course. Um, and then after a brief moment, a a dog will start running back, and then as they as the dog approaches, you see that it steps close to y'all, about 10 feet out, and you see that its form starts to shift, and a gnome, bald-headed, pretty dark olive skin with brown eyes and a very tightly trimmed beard. Says, are these one of these guys? Or the monks? I mean, who are we? Hi, 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 hi.
Sorry, where did
I got
this
the
gnome
letter.
come from?
He was the dog,
Oh, he's like wild shaped or something. Nice.
possibly here. He's like, hi, welcome, welcome, visitors, guests. I'm uh, Martha said that you were trying to get in. He said you wanted to exchange knowledge or something.
Yes, yes. Being a representative from the Monastery of Silent Forgiveness and happened to be in Whitlaw, sorry for short notice. I wanted to see if if we may have something, or you may have something that we could barter, trade, exchange information. We have been traveling for some time. Maybe we have some information from the road that you may need. Just trying to have that good stewardship between entities and that enjoy and value knowledge.
Well, firstly, welcome. I have no idea about this monastery of silent forgiveness, and he starts like scratching like a dog would. It's like, oh, but with his hand. It's like, sorry, it happens sometimes. Welcome. Yes. Of course. Interesting to hear what you have to offer. We don't necessarily barter trade knowledge. We share knowledge. Would you be interested in? But who would you be interested in speaking with? Is there a particular individual? Is there a particular focus of studies? Um, the arcane. Uh, I need to know so I can perhaps escort you to the right location.
Well, I myself would be interested in histories. My companions, I don't want to speak for them. I'll let them tell you what they're interested in.
Well, you're lucky. We have a large trove of histories. Are you talking like long forgotten histories, things that are like uncovered that we would find like in a museum? Are you talking about uh history of Whitlaw?
Yes,
Uh, so both.
yes.
Okay. Well, we have history of Whitlaw here. Some of it's pretty boring and tedious, I must say. It doesn't really. Okay. Anyways, there is the museum.
Maybe
in
I'll
the
start in
opposite
a
side.
museum.
Wonderful. That might be super excellent. Um, uh, so I guess I will escort you to our grand library, and we can hopefully introduce you and get you some books. I don't what silent forgiveness, really. And he starts kind of like walking and trying to usher y'all to follow him. That's if you went to.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys kind of walk through,
And I'm gonna lay the monk thing on thick. Like I'm gonna pull my hood up and put my hands inside the sleeves so they're walking with my hands crossed in front of me.
give me a performance check just for getting
Yeah.
that.
With your brilliant beard.
Massive, yeah, brilliant beard.
He will comment. I appreciate you getting into the spirit festival. It's
Oh
very
yes, yes. Thank you. 3.
okay.
Noise.
You stand out like a sore thumb.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys are guided. These are large grounds. To give you kind of an idea, it's essentially this area. This is the courtyard. This is essentially the space for the building. So it's a large space. Um, all essentially all would be enclosed. Um, there's dozens of buildings throughout here, but they do keep it lively and green, well kept, well trimmed. You're seeing a few hundred people as you're walking through, but eventually you are brought to a cylindrical building with a few support columns on the outside that stretch, vertically up, and it quite in multiple languages. Uh, just is a library of fascinations, and say, well, this is the library. Please follow me. It scratches again. Ugh, sorry, and walks in, and as you walk in, the double doors are kept open. There's a nice breeze coming in. That fresh outside air is met with the smell of tomes and parchments and just books and books and dust and books. And you guys look, and Karos will look and be like, wow, that's a lot of paper.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of. Well, never mind.
I was say if this was yours, see, this is an impressive library, but I've seen better.
It's like, okay, so histories of Whitlaw. Allow me to.
Well, I'm gonna peruse the ancient museum area if that's all right first.
Oh, I am so sorry. I misunderstood. That. Oh, I have just wasted some time.
I mean, while we're here, we could probably find some stuff.
Oh yes. Well,
Okay.
yes.
The museum is actually not on campus. It is on the opposite, on the other side of the Lyceum district. It is a separate entity, though we do collaborate with some of our research and findings and some of our materials and supplies, independent from the college, however, partners. Um, yeah, I apologize if that was your initial intent. I thought library, but if you wish, library will be open to you. Um, I would just simply, just for ledgers and record keepings, please provide the 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 attendant your names. That's all, and that way they can keep tabs of who's entered and not.
And if you would like, if you want to send a scribe to find me, I can describe to him the monastery of silent forgiveness. That way, you can have some information about it.
That would be actually, I don't know. See, I don't do this whole book thing. I'm more like nature. But anyways, correct. Yes, I will let them know that we have a guest that is willing to share. Um, and he'll discuss. You'll see him kind of walk off and kind of discuss with one of the multiple people at this like entry point. There's like 5 or 6 people manning the front. There are easily 100 people just in this library.
Okay, once
Uh,
once he walks off, I'll be like, okay, guys, we're in. What do you want to do?
I mean, I kind of want to look up Carver stuff here while we're here.
Do it. I'll
I
try
don't
to
know
see
how
if
to
I can.
find anything in this place. It's just shelves of books, man.
Is
What do you?
there okay? I'm going off of how the monastery would have been set up. There would have been someone who was in charge of the historical documents, not necessarily a librarian, but a
Yeah.
curator.
Yes.
Assuming there's something similar to that here.
Yes. So there into play. There are curators for different sections of the library that are specialized in knowing what is in these different sections. So depending on what you're looking for, you will be interacting with different curators.
Okay, so I will go up to the nearest person. It looks like they work here.
Yep,
Oh, well,
that'd be
also,
the person at the desk. Yeah.
just real quick for flavor, like Davis doesn't really get scared. He looks kind of scared right now.
Like
Yeah.
this is
He
this is
just
too
he
much
has
information.
no idea what to do. Like this is like
Yeah.
he's usually comfortable in most situations. He's lost here, just completely
I
lost.
I love
So
that. Yeah.
I will go up to one of the people that work here, and I'll kind of like tell Davis to follow me because I'm used to this
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I at the monastery just this is a larger scale.
Yeah.
I'm like, excuse me,
Mm. Yes. Hello.
my friend here.
Yorkie was just checking you in. Yes. Okay.
Yes, my friend here is looking for some information about the history of Carver,
Carver. Okay.
the town to the
So
south. I think it's
no, no.
southwest.
Understood. Just general histories of Carver, or are you looking for topography?
I think he's looking more for. I look at Davis,
Older.
looking for a number. Like
Mining records, family records, travel to. I mean, there's.
I think like 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Kind of looking at Davis with
Uh,
a question mark.
and honestly, Davis's face looks like a question mark at this moment. He's
So
just
yes,
like,
Very well.
yes.
History of
Let's
Carver.
yeah. Well, I think he's really interested in the smithing that used to go on down there.
yeah,
You know, I heard that
uh-huh.
they made some great weapons, and he's really
Oh,
interested in the ancient weapons they used to make down there and how powerful and beautiful they were.
he looks you over, like he turns to you, Davis, and kind of like, interesting. Fascinating. That would be very well. There might be two potential sources. There are ledgers for trades and artisans, which he'll direct you how to get to that section. Perhaps you will be able to find something there on old practices and traditions. Of course, then there is the regional histories. Um, Once you get up to the third floor, just announce where to the people that are curating, uh, and they will tell you what section it would be in.
So what
Uh,
happened to Davis's face when he found out there's more than one floor?
He's just like his eyes are just constantly looking around this whole time. Like he can't focus on anything.
Actually, I'm gonna the guy that is like, sir, are you okay? Are you feeling
What?
ill? You seem a little flushed. Are you
This is such a fan fan such a
owl button? Fantastic
library.
collection.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Sorry, he's not from a large town. He's actually this is his first time ever in a university setting. So this library
Big.
definitely is. Yeah, I think he's used to a library probably being no bigger than your standard tavern. So forgive him, but thank you for the information. I will help him get to where he needs to go. You said either the artisans, journeymen slash old trades, or just regional histories on the third floor, correct? And the person will nod.
Yeah. It's like come on grandma, let's go. You're just like
Yeah.
shuffling him along.
Adam, I missed who was that Al?
Al was
That
doing
was
that,
Al. Al
Okay,
Davis. Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Rock and just I was like, have fun.
yeah. Rock's
Rock
probably already
will
like
like.
woo.
Rock is like, "Yee." But at the same time, he still doesn't actually know what he wants. He's like, he'll ask.
Okay, so I'll explain to everyone how this works. Like you see this person right here, see how they're dressed. If you find somebody else like this, you can ask them a question and they'll be able to show you where it is or tell you the person to go talk to.
Uh, Karos will kind of walk by and just ask, "Does this library have objects and oddities?" Just like there is there is a display section. First floor in the very back. It's like, thank you. Just kind of walk off. And then Rock will be like, I really don't want to get separated from you guys because I will just get lost.
That's fair. I didn't intend on going anywhere specific.
Sej, there's so much paper here.
There's smells like wet parchment. Anybody
And
smell that?
and vellum and hide and leather and ink. Oh wow.
If I were a moth, I feel like I would love this place.
Rock goes to not the person that you're interacting with, but to the next person, and he's like, "How long would it take to read every single book in this library?" And they just look at him and like, I don't think that's possible, sir. How long? You telling me that no one's ever read every single page that's in this library? Or I no. And then
Why
Rock
would you
will just kind of
accept it?
turn to y'all and like, waste? What a waste. He doesn't understand.
Hmm.
So are you guys splitting up? Karos went to the back.
I'm going to stay in, like, visibly on the first floor. That way, when the scribe comes, I can talk to them.
Okay.
I'll
I
grab a
think
couple
I'm
of
gonna
books on.
make.
Good.
Sorry, I thought you were done. My bad.
No, good, 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 good.
While he's down there waiting for them, I'm going to keep watch to see if like it's time to go because I want to follow. But I kind of want to peruse around the main areas, like if there's an upstairs, just like like you're walking through a mall. I just kind
Yeah.
of want to look around and see what facilities they have.
So yeah, like I get it. So there are displays and fascinating things and showcases on the first floor. There is essentially a giant globe like that's being suspended, and you see that the tether is all the way anchored at the very top, likely of the building, stretching 4 or 5 floors up, and it rotates very slowly, and it's basically a a depiction of the plant materia. Instead, you see Ushabti, and it looks so small from, like you can almost you see a reflection on this metal orb that's just sitting there, and you're thinking of home. Um, and it's polished and beautiful. You see that it has other objects kind of circulating around it that probably represent the soul, the sun, and Luna and Loon, the two moons. But it's very beyond that. It's not very detailed. There are other cases with different displays of some swirls that are stretched out all the way, and they're heavily sealed, and they seem really old, weathered, and tattered, but to be able to be looked at. But yeah, and then on the outskirts, as you start getting to the outskirts parts, there's where all the shelves and shelves and shelves and columns of books are. Al will guide Davis. He'll ask you, Davis, artisan or regional history? Where do you want to go, buddy?
I mean, whatever is most likely to tell me about my glaive, man. Like, I don't know.
Let's flip a coin. And he'll grab a coin and he'll toss it. Go ahead and flip it, Davis. And just say what's what. Okay, so the first one low.
Sorry, yeah, I did a S2, not a D2.
Okay, so that
Uh,
would be the history, right? Because that's the second choice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, third floor. Follow me, buddy. And he's like almost like holding your hand,
Oh
walking
yeah,
you.
no, you kind of. I mean, it's getting better, especially now that
Yeah,
that guy's gone and it's just me now. So I can at least
yeah,
kind of speak now.
yeah. But there's a lot of people, through this whole thing. Carlos just kind of disappears in the back, looking through different glass cases and seeing what's on display. Uh, Rock is kind of just hanging out, I think, with you, Dregnar.
Okay. Yeah, I would have said before everybody left, let's meet back in about an hour or so. That way, because we have other things we got to take care of. Unless
Uh,
anyone has any objections to an hour.
Al will think an hour's kind of short, isn't it? If we're actually If Davis is actually, it might take us an hour just to find the books we're looking for. No,
Okay, so what's more realistic?
I don't know.
3 hours?
Does that sound fair? Can you guys survive 3 hours in the library?
I can.
Not without asking a few questions and getting in some trouble. But yeah.
Why would you get in
Yeah.
trouble in a? That stupid question. You're part of the menagerie. We get in trouble everywhere we go. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, let's
Just
do.
guys, remember, no fire.
Rock will say absolutely no fire. Fucking no one, and you
So
just hear him.
As I look at Sej,
But
don't
you
be
will.
so hasty. I'm not gonna. Anyways, that giant globe over there. It's very. Is that crystal? Is that crystal all the way through?
It's polished crystal as far as you can tell, and
Is
it's
it
like
ever
it's
rotating?
etched and carved. Yeah, it's slowly rotating, and it's like etched and carved to represent the continents and materia. As you're like
Is
kind
there
of,
any way to stop it from rotating? And
it's pretty damn big, and there
by
is
tall.
there is a like a rope around it, kind of keeping people away. So it's like so it doesn't bump into people or people don't touch it.
how much trouble do you think it would be for it to be stopped and I can touch it for about 10 minutes or so? Just to see something. You know?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Well, let me know what they say.
Interesting. Okay, so Al. So 3 hours is agreed upon. Al takes Davis. Karas is in the back. Rock is with Dragnar, and then says you kind of observe the crystalline sphere. Like, I know you don't have a good example of it, or I can't think of a good one, but like in the Houston Museum of Natural Science, there's an area where they have a pendulum, right? And I think everybody in Houston knows what I'm talking about, right? Where it just
Yes.
swings,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
and you know how it's like cordoned off and everything,
Yeah.
like an area. So it's like a cordoned off area, but this is like, so you know, it's suspended many, many floors above you, and it's a thick cable and is holding onto a large crystalline sphere, easily twice, if not three times as wide as you are. So he's a big eagle, and it's not spinning fast, but it is, you know, rotating.
I posted a
It's
picture of it.
I want to
not
touch
cool.
it. For studious reasons. We're
Well,
in
I understand.
college.
Yeah, I understand.
I didn't
But
know
yeah,
that it
so
was first exhibited in 1851. Sorry, totally off the subject.
yeah, I didn't know that either. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like so, like this is like that sphere here in this picture that they put David posted. It's tiny in comparison to that, right? Like this thing is big. Is big. Like I don't know how wide Sej is. Sej is what, probably 5 feet thick, maybe. You know.
Wait,
So it's
what
like
is 5 feet? I'm sorry.
like how thick Sej is, like how wide he would be, right? When you think about
Oh,
it,
yeah, I'd
you know.
say not he's not bulbous,
Yeah,
so it's like, but he's still large in stature. He's like
but you
tall
get
as
what I'm
shit.
saying.
So.
Like if someone was to look on you head on, you know, like you could maybe fit like two normal people side by side, right? And then
Absolutely,
yeah, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, you're probably
as long as they're
like
not hulking lumberjacks.
no, that's
Yes.
what, like your average person, right? Is what I'm saying.
David,
So like yeah, so like I'm telling you, the sphere is probably about 15 feet in diameter. I think it's a big sphere. But anyways, do as you wish. I'm just trying to paint the picture.
do I happen to see him staring at this thing on the first floor?
Sure. I mean, you guys are kind of together at this point.
Sej, what are you thinking?
Well,
Pondering the
I've
orb.
been. Yeah, I want to ponder the orb. Well, I've been holding on to something that I've been taught back at home before I left. I think I finally got a grasp on it, but I've been really wanting to see how my brother is doing. I have a faint idea that he's doing okay, but
And you need that orb to do it.
well, a vessel like that would lend itself to be easily able to do that, if any, I think. But, I want to try. I want to talk to my brother if possible.
How about we try a smaller orb? And if
Yeah,
that
but
does,
that's expensive.
Drake doesn't know how to answer that because you said it was expensive, and he knows how much money you spend. He
But
can't
it
really.
doesn't have to be
fathom that
my orb. And this is a college, so.
Well, how about you maybe talk to someone before you start pondering the orb?
Well,
I
you're
so
probably
want you to
right,
come up
but
with a solution. I so want you to come up with a solution. This is great. I didn't even think about this. Jesus.
I just don't know how to ask, sometimes. But if this, they're already going to ask. I don't know.
Well,
And it's not like I'm doing anything bad. If somebody asks, I'll tell them what's happening.
what exactly are you trying to do? You're trying to cast a spell on it? What?
Use it as a vessel to cast a spell, yes. It takes quite a while to do it though. It takes about 10 minutes and I have to be touching it the whole time.
I don't know how to help you out there, bud.
Hopefully I don't need help, so I just hope it doesn't get interrupted or I maybe they're probably going to say no. I figured why not ask?
Yeah, what's the worst I can tell you? No.
If they say no, I'm not going to be too upset, but they don't even have a station for scrying over here in a college. I'm
They
pretty sure the
might
one at home had one, so I don't know why,
ask them.
but
They,
hey,
they may have
I
one.
did. I did. They said they don't know. Well, at least the guard at the front said they don't know.
Hmm.
So I didn't even think of asking anybody else. It doesn't seem like anybody else works here. There's just a bunch of studious people.
Well, I'll point out the people again that I've been talking to. Try asking one of them. They may know.
Hmm. I mean, if they let me, I could just say I'm a student and I'm studying.
Go talk to them.
Maybe later.
Dreg walks away thinking, we're gonna get killed. We're gonna go to jail.
I mean, like, okay, DM to player. I fucking love the visual of this. I just didn't expect it, and now I'm trying to think of like ways that you could pull this off without telling you how you could pull this off. It's like, oh, this is cool. All right, coming back to the game. Dragnar will jump to you now. This uh as Rock is kind of looking around with you, an individual will approach you, a a human. She has her hair up in like a bun, uh, blonde hair, two strips of her bangs coming down. She's wearing some sort of like glasses to help her, so you can see. Seemingly tall in stature, pretty slender, and she approaches and says, oh, and dressed as you would imagine as one of the people working in the library, uh, as a curator, and she says, "Hi, I was mentioned. Someone mentioned that a a Dregnar from the Ushapti region, hailing from the
Minusagi?
excuse me, Usagi. I misspoken. Yes, Usagi. I'm hailing from the Temple of Silent Forgiveness. Would like to be heard.
Oh, correct. Correct.
All right. Well, wonderful.
Now, it's shop to, if you want to hear about that, that would be my friend, and I'll point to Sesh. That's Sesh, right? Or is that Karos?
Sesh, Sesh, yeah,
Sesh.
Sesh.
I'll point to
I,
Sesh. Like, he's from that region.
I
I give
apologize.
an
We thought
Eastern bow.
a slip of the tongue, and and she gives you a humble kind of bow. No, I apologies, slip of the tongue. But yes, Drignar, by all means, would you like to sit, and I will document what you have to say.
Sure, sure.
And Rock will ask, "Can I join you?"
Of course, Rock.
Saying, "Thanks, buddy." By the way, he's also known as Random Dwarf. And kind of walks.
I chuckle.
She says, "Random Dwarf, interesting. Is that a monastic name?" She starts
Um, it's more of a brunastic name.
Brunastic. Brew?
Yes,
Nasa?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Does your interesting. So is it safe to say that your temple is known for brewing?
Among other things, yes.
Okay, fascinating. Silent
Mostly rot wines.
makes sense. Makes sense from the region that you're in. And yeah, is there anything you wish to share in particular, or is it just trying to distract?
Well, no, I will give like location and tenants and how we take in anyone, no matter what they've done, as long as they're willing to abide by those tenets. And a lot of people who are seeking forgiveness for unforgivable deeds will come there, and how it's not like a common monastery where it's not like one race of people, it's all races of people, and there's some that are traditional monks. There's others that are scholars, and then there's others that are like me that are warrior monks.
Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Very. So it is a very diverse setup. I appreciate this. It will take a good heaping chunk of time to translate everything that you're saying. So
Okay.
she'll go through it. Says the orb is ever so tempting. Karos is still not to be seen. Al and Davis, as you have headed up to the regional history, Al will wave down one of the curators, discuss what you guys are looking for, and he'll kind of point you to a section, and you are there to search. So Davis and Al, you guys can give me investigation checks.
Okie dokie. It's actually
Uh,
super good that I did Fox's cutting today.
yeah, Al will say, "You got this, buddy. We're gonna find what you're looking for here. I got a good feeling.
That's
Let's
pretty
just,
inspiring.
yeah, he's just gonna bardic you."
Nice. Okay, that's not bad. Let's see, 22 total.
22 total. All right. Yeah, there is a few one rather small bound book, a tome that seems to have been worn, and a pair of scrolls that all seem to be relating to the history of Carver.
Yeah, I'll say like as soon as we kind of even get to the area, I have another kind of minor panic attack. I'm like, Al, like this is insane. Like, okay, sure, we found this area that's supposed to have all this stuff, but it's like, now what? I mean, do we have to just like
It's like,
look through everything and just
look,
read it all?
no, no,
Like, I mean, like, you can't read all of it. This is insane. What are we gonna do?
no.
How am I gonna find?
Davis, buddy, look at me, look at me, look at me. Slaps you across the face. Better?
Yes, I guess I kind of deserve it.
Look, this is
This is just weird, okay? It's I.
okay, no, here, like, let's do it like this. We're in a city, right? A city has districts, but now we are in a district. We're in the history district, and now we found the building that's the Carver building, and we're gonna go inside and learn about Carver. And he starts grabbing the books and then hands you the books, and then he takes the 2 scrolls. And now we're
That's
gonna go sit down at the tavern, and we're going to read. And he just kind of walks you over to where there's
that's
benches
nice.
for
I
sitting.
like that. That actually helps. That is more inspiring than whatever you would have done before. So yeah,
Yeah.
that helps
So,
with the get that 22 roll. I like that.
so You go, and yeah, there's the large tome is a history. The larger one is just a a collaborated history of Carver. The smaller one is a miner's journal recovered from Harvard.
Cool.
The scrolls are actually I need to write this down. I don't forget because I'm kind of making this up. So large is collected history. Yay, DM wing. Yeah. Small is miner's led notes. Scrolls are actually. Do you know this? One of them is in a language you do not understand. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I only
Yeah.
speak. Yeah, I don't speak
Yeah.
anything except for Orc and Common.
Scrolls are, so there is a old scroll in language you don't know, and then a new scroll in common. There you go.
I assume Al also doesn't speak that language.
He does not.
Is it
I mean, we're
what language
in
is
a whole
it? Do
different
you
section
know?
of the library, so.
Yeah, you're in a completely different section, unfortunately.
Is it
Yeah,
celestial?
I will tell you that that was not celestial. I'm sorry. So Al will say, "All right, which one do you want to look at? Which one sounds interesting?" He'll kind of break them
Oh,
down.
let's start small. I mean, this is you've helped so much. Thanks, buddy. But don't you fucking hit me. Uh,
I mean, I
no,
thought
no,
the
no, you're
name
right.
would
But
bring
just
clarity.
don't do it again, man.
I mean, I see you pumping your chest. I thought that was sorry. Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. It was fair. Anyway, sorry. You know.
But yeah, let's start small. This, and I'll point to the minor notes. Like this looks better.
You got this? You'll do that, and I'll start big. Or do you want me
Yeah,
to?
no, I get, and I like leaf through like the first page, and I can see that it is like relatively rudimentary. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I got this one.
Yeah, it's just it looks to be an account of a miner's experience over the course of a number of years towards the tail end of uh like the failure to strike it at Carver.
Yeah, and it will
But
actually take
go ahead.
him long. Like he reads pretty fucking slow.
Yeah, no. So go ahead and give me a
I'm going to
investigation check.
before. Sorry to interrupt you, but this
Mhm.
is important.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna kind of pat Davis on the shoulder and
Sure.
guidance him for this role.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Appreciate it. So yeah, go ahead and give me that investigation check. Wow, this Fox's cunning is coming in handy for me
Yeah,
today.
plus guidance.
Yeah.
But is
And
it a
then
pop-up book so we can understand?
Hey. Yeah, that's what miners write their notes in is in pop-up books. That is still not great. Even with guidance and advantage. 12 total.
well, it takes you some time. You're hearing through it. In the time that you're looking through it, um, it is just a discussion on it's a collection of things. You read through some of his thoughts, and they are just so bland and boring. He's discussing another day off in the southern vein. No one striking it rich. Um, Continue reading is like, oh, I wish I was born 300 years ago when the vein, the gems were plenty. Uh, you know, uh, Flipping through some more. Another day going hungry. Can't seem to get enough to even scrape up for some bread. Probably gonna have to steal some tomorrow just to be able to get through the weekend. Then just there's like little numbers and markings. Um, you don't really know what they mean. Uh, and then I'm trying to think what else you would pick up. Oh, and then just one page will kind of catch your interest. Uh, someone found a a someone's found a old hammer. It was really nicely made, buried in soot and ash. Uh, that's not really all that he says. He kind of goes into the description of it, saying that it was like super detailed. Seemed to have like one of the hammer faces was a fist, and the other one was a dwarven face, and the beard went down to make the handle. Um, that's about it that you pick on it.
Okay.
All right. Says, are since you made your way up with them, are you interested in looking through the scrolls or the collection of written history for Carver?
I'm gonna look through the scrolls to see if um
Okay.
any of them shine to me,
Yeah. So the
or if
first
any of them
scroll,
are in celestial.
yeah,
Maybe.
the old scroll that you look at is in a language you don't understand. But there's this newer parchment that I should mention the two scrolls were kind of tied together. So you untie them, and then you open the old one. Nope. And then you roll it back up, and then you open the new one, and it's in common. And it's go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I hate to, while he's doing that, I hate to maybe reverse, what's the word I'm looking for? Retro,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, but I think at some point Rock might have done, well, no, telepathic bond takes, what, 10 minutes to do or something? Or is it a minute?
10 minutes to cast.
Oh,
I
it's
think.
because it's a ritual. I thought he might do that before we split up in the
That's
library.
fair. That's fair. You can say that.
Sure. Let's just say
But
we have a
would he
telepathic
do it
bond.
ritually, or would he do it spell?
I mean, it is what, a 5th level?
Yeah.
He could have ritualed it while we were waiting for the
That's
dog
true.
to come back.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
Alright, it's casted. You guys probably. Yeah, so you
Although,
only have it
it's
for
only
the
an hour,
beginning.
but still.
Yeah. So you'll have it for like the beginning portions.
But, with that in mind, I might have been like, oh, hey, Rock, there's, or maybe Al probably would be a better person to do this, but like, hey, Rock, there's something here with a language you don't understand. I think you can maybe make sense of it.
It's like, okay, where are we? Third floor. Held. At one point, where you're giving your history, is like, uh, monk. He just kind of does like this awkward fist thing. Monk Dragnar, I'm going to go accompany our friends, and walks off. And then he'll join you. Okay, so he joins y'all.
Yeah,
So
because if
he's up
nothing else, he could
there.
do comprehend languages, I think. Doesn't he have comprehend languages? I don't actually remember.
Yeah, he does. He can do it ritually as well if he wants to. So, all right, so you went to the scroll that you don't understand. Rock is up there with y'all. He looks at it. He's like, mm-mm, I'll figure it out. He just kind of takes out his tome, takes out his quill, throws his quill up in the air, and it starts floating. And he just starts making hand motions. I'll let you know what it says. And as you've been reading, it says the scroll that you are looking through is a history, a long, an almost long forgotten history of the monastic forges found deep within the Snoring Mountain. It reads more of a fairy tale than anything, speaking of billowing fires deep from the heart of the mountain, um, orange hair, dwarves whose hair turned orange due to their exposure to the heat and the flame that uh, kings and and knights and those of nobility and of stature would travel across the world to meet with these monks of the forges to create, to craft, to make custom items of their desires. Highly sought after. Essentially, kind of, but it reads very much like a fairy tale or a child's story, kind of.
A tale of mountain artisans. That's all I'm getting out of this.
Well, that's about accurate. I just was hoping for more detail.
Uh, so go ahead now for Al, the collection of histories.
You want me to do an investigation for him?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
And then
Huh. Can you use a lucky for me?
yeah, sure, go for it.
Might as well. He's got 3, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll
that's the
mark off
first
a
one. He rolled a 3, so.
Yeah.
And then he rolled a 1! I don't
Yeah.
know if I feel up to using another lucky, so we'll just stick with the 4 total.
It's a lot of reading. It's crunchy. It is textbook history. Nothing special.
Got it.
Like estimated population sizes at certain points in time. Discussing of how the impact of the gems impacted the local trade and then regional trade. The breakdown of different companies that arose and yada yada blah blah blah.
Got it.
Technical. Rock will finish comprehend languages and say the scroll you're reading is a translation of this scroll. This is Dwarvish. They translated that scroll from this scroll. It seems to be the same thing.
Oh.
Artisans, people traveling to see the dwarves, the forges, the fire. Yeah, same. Sorry to disappoint.
Nope,
But
thanks for
hey,
your help.
did we actually know that there were forges in Carver? We knew people were mining. Isn't that something new?
I mean, someone had mentioned that this. And I look down to my hand, which is empty, and I'm not gonna summon it, but I'm like, that my glaive looked like it was, of carver make, which to me implies that there's forges there.
But if that's of Carver make, then the fairy tale said the fairy tale. I don't know what to call it. They say the special people wanted those things made. Like it might explain why it's able to do what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragnar, it might be special.
Wait.
He meant Davis.
Oh, okay.
Davis, my bad. Other D. These guys.
I mean, he's a
D
dwarf.
names, and now the D's. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean.
I know that. I just don't. I want to know what makes it the way it is, and why there's something in my dreams telling me to come to Carver.
That's true. Well, I mean, this is just our first time ever really looking up anything.
No,
Sure, we'll
yeah,
find
this
more.
is fantastic, and I'm so thankful for all of you guys. Like this, there's just no way I would have been able to do anything like this on my own. You've been super helpful.
Gotcha. Glad to help. And by this point in time, like, the telepathic bond has faded. A few hours have, crossed and everything. Dragnar, was there anything specific you were doing other than just depicting your story? Was there anything else you wanted to add?
That was about it.
All right. So the blonde scribe, he will stand, say, Dragnar, you are a fascinating, fascinating story. I'm sure your story, if you ever were to share it, would be just as interesting as your monastery. Uh, please, I will add this to our archives upon review, and should you come here and say your name, I'm sure they will just say that you provided information under their name, and if they confirm it, I'm sure you will have ease of access to this library.
I'll say thank you. And if there's anything else you'd like, if anything else pops in your mind or whatever, we're staying at what is
Bucking
it called again?
Mads.
Bucking Mads for the next few days.
Backing meds. Okay.
Come on, have an ale. We can talk about whatever.
I appreciate that. Uh, well, Dregnar, uh,
And then I will give her my monastery emblem. That way they have a copy of it. I'll say, here, I can get another one.
okay. Did you ever describe the emblem? I'm trying to remember.
No, I didn't. It would look like a tower, and it would be a person like in front of the tower door, kneeling down with their hands crossed and their head down, like they're asking for forgiveness.
Okay. Kneeling. Okay, I like it. Cool. She'll say, "Oh, well, that is. Would you? We can keep the original article. We don't need to stamp it in clay or anything.
No, you can keep it.
Thank you, Dregnar. It's a real pleasure."
And I'll do the nod and kind of wave her off.
Nice. Okay. Yep. Time will towards the end of the 3 hours. Haros will hands tucked into his pants pocket, walk up to Dregnar and says, "Should be about time. I'm sure the others will be coming down." Sits down at the table with you. And then we'll say, unless if you guys are pulling some sort of shenanigans, the group is able to gather and head out of the library.
I do not.
Okay. Well, we got some knowledge. You got a pass to the library now. Dragnar can just say his name. Okay.
Bet you didn't see that coming now, did you?
Very nicely done. So are we off to? Are we saying Are we saying in the College of Fascination? Or
Can I retroactive
yeah,
do something?
sure.
Before she leaves, like, excuse me. I do have some questions about healing, practical, not academic. Who would you suggest in the area who's the most knowledgeable?
Are you speaking of studying healing or actually medical attention?
Medical attention, practical, not academic.
Okay. Apologies. Well, if it's uh, here, we do have a medical ward. Uh, they do actually do practice medicine on top of the academics. You would be looking for. Oh, I have to create somebody real quick. All right, name. No, it's fine. It's fine. I have names.
His name is Bob. Bob the healer,
No,
not Bob the builder. That's his
I
cousin.
don't like giving you those type of things. Uh,
Bob the
you
Builder,
know,
Hal the Healer.
Yeah.
B. His name is Buckle.
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 Not to be confused with Buckley, who died.
Not to be. Oh, geez, I forgot. That's gonna be confusing now. No, his name is Buckle. He's like that. There is While I understand looking for academic, there is a group here that does practice. They take in people for aid and healing. Um, you would look for a, a Mr. Buckle and his team. He's over in the College of I want to find like a cool college name for the School for Healing. I just call it School for Healing. But for now, we'll just call it the College of Mending. Uh, I'm sure if you have any inquiries, I'll be happy to take your time, uh, especially after your name gets circulated as giving information in the library. Actually, here she'll take a piece of vellum that she keeps. A small one writes something, and then rolls it up, and then he says, "Follow me." And she walks to the front of the desk and says, "Would you be so kind to stamp it?" And they take a seal and they stamp it, and it's got this little piece of parchment with a wax seal for the College of Libraries. Like,
I got VA benefits.
she hands it to you. It's like, who knows? Maybe they'll, since your name won't have time to circulate, maybe this will help.
Okay, I appreciate that. I will go find Davis and Al.
Okay.
And let them know that I do have a lead on medical information here. If they need more time looking in the library, I can meet them back here when I'm done.
Sure, it depends
I
on
know
how far into it when he
this
meets
would be
it.
towards the end. Yeah, this
Ah,
would be
okay.
towards the end. Yeah, of the 3-hour window. Up to you
Yeah, I
guys.
think we're just about done. But if you want to go visit, that's fine too.
Yeah, if you guys want to keep looking for a little bit more or whatever, I know Rock is not done at anywhere close to where he wants to be. And just do me a favor, keep an eye on Sage. He keeps eyeballing that big crystal ball over there, and I think he's going to do something.
He was very helpful with us earlier. I don't know if he's back over there now. Well, but yeah, you got it.
Okay, so I'll be back, and I tell them where I'm going and who I'm going to go talk to.
Okay. Do you want anyone to accompany you, Dragar?
Not really. I feel relatively safe inside the university grounds.
Gotcha. All right. Karos will.
Split the party.
Okay. Karos will just.
Unless anyone else wants to go talk to somebody about medical attention. Carlos, you're more than welcome to come with me if you don't want me going by myself.
No, you're
There's an
good.
orb I'd like to talk to.
Oh god damn.
Karos is like, you're you want to talk to. I mean, I don't get it, but I get it. It's pretty interesting. I've been watching it for a little while. Just swings and rotates. All right, Dragnar, you're able to. They they direct you to where, for now, the College of Mending is located.
Okay.
A lame name.
Boo! Bad
You
DM,
should call
boo!
you should call it the Hospital of Umbrella.
Oh god.
Yeah, let's get you some virus right now.
Give me some T-virus, baby.
Yeah, no.
Call it
Has anybody
sane
seen the new movie,
elsewhere.
by the way?
No.
The video
No.
game?
The new movie that just came out recently.
Uh-uh.
It's supposed to be more like the video game compared to the other ones, but I'd heard mixed reviews on it. Anywho, we're heading over to St. Elmo's Fire, and I want to talk to House.
Okay.
Or Doogie, whichever one's available. I'm dating myself
Beep
there.
beep boop boop beep boop beep beep boop boop beep boop.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump to you then, as it takes some time for you to travel. Not too long. I mean, it is a large campus, but not obnoxiously huge. You get to it, and immediately you notice there are all manner of different herbs and medicinal plants growing in the immediate area around this college. They have additional pots. They have multi-tiered planter beds and everything, arranged with all different types of herbs, medicinal plants. And as you approach, you enter. There are no doors. You walk in. It is a relatively well lit structure. It is nowhere near as tall or as huge as the library, but it is still a sizable building. And there is a dwarven male at the, I guess, the reception. Says, "Hi, what can I help you with?"
I'm here to see Mr. Buckle.
Well, Buckle is a busy man. Do you have an appointment?
I'll pull out my piece of paper.
Grabs it, breaks the seal. It's not even very hard at this point. Just like fresh. Okay, interesting. Well, thank you for your contributions to the library,
You're welcome.
Dragnar. Um, Well, as mentioned, Buckle is very busy. Is there? Are you needing attention, or are you needing? Are you here to share some monastic ways with him?
Both.
Interesting. Uh, very well. Um, let me see what I can do. You say both. Go ahead and you can give me a persuasion check at advantage.
That's not gonna matter.
Is it persuasion? Are you actually gonna do both, or
Yeah, I'll do both. Yeah, because I have my notebook that I've been doing my
yeah,
medicinal
persuasion
stuff
check.
in.
Yeah.
Yep. So
You never know.
persuasion
It always helps.
12. Ooh, 17.
See?
14. So,
I rolled a 19 minus 2,
yeah,
17.
nice, nice. Take it. Okay. Um. Well, I believe he is aiding. Um. He is. Yes, I'm looking. I believe if I remember his schedule, he is aiding one individual with with the with a foot ailment, and then I don't know what else he has. Forgive me. And then you'll see him. He just kind of dings a bell, and then an individual comes walking by. I want to go with smaller races today. A gnome, uh, lady, dressed very simply, the classic white garb that you would think of in a medical facility. Uh, Holding a pot with a plant that's growing in it. He approaches. He says, and you just hear him exchange conversation. He says, uh, "Would you be so kind to let Mr. Buckle know that we have a monastic guest that has donated to the library and seeks to share some of his knowledge on uh, his healing ways, both monastic and also seeking perhaps some assistance." She nods. Says, "Oh, okay." Kind of ventures off. It takes a little while. You're probably going to sit there for about 20 minutes.
Well, I
Uh,
probably would have went outside and examined the plants they had out front,
Absolutely, that's fine.
just to give me an idea of some things that I could summon with the mortar and pestle later.
Yeah, sure. But you can go ahead and give me a survival check just for the sake of it. I'm not going to make you do anything with it right now, but just to see how well you recognize some of them. And then within that,
23.
okay, very well. You recognize a lot of the plants. There's some you don't recognize, but you never even thought were maybe useful. Um, but maybe they're also just for making it pretty, but it looks more functional than anything. Um, Yeah, so you have an idea of different plants now that you
Okay.
could possibly use.
I'll make
Uh,
notes in my journal.
yeah, perfect. Um, and then about 20 minutes would have passed. Uh, you'll hear the dwarven individual say something, and then a that gnome female will walk out. And oh, there you are. Please follow me. Mr.
Okay.
Buckle said he actually has some time. Do forgive him. He is going to be eating, but he's
No,
very
everybody's
well.
got to eat.
Yeah, well, true. Gotta have that nourishment,
Mm-hmm.
electrolytes and stamina and all that. Yep, yep, yep. And she's just starting to walk, and she takes you in deeper into the building. And as you're walking by, one of the rooms have no doors, but there are like curtains. Uh, and you walk to one, and she, and then you hear Mr. Buckle. Yeah, um, excuse me. Yeah, is the guest here. Okay. Then she parts the curtain and you walk in, and sitting on the floor on a pillow, with his legs crossed, is a Khemri male, very prominent nose of where his red flesh turns yellow and then blue, very mandrill like style. Um, his hair pulled back into a tight ponytail, very dark. Does not look greasy. It looks like well kept. Multiple piercings in both of his ears. Um, in simple white, like leather, not leather, white linen tunic and long pants. Uh, just sitting there with a plate and and a scroll that's unscrolled on the other side, and he's just picking up, or was just in the process of placing what he was eating down. And he gets up to stand. Says, "Monk, Dregnar, was it?"
Yes, Dragnar Berkin. Nice to meet you, Mr. Buckle.
Hmm. I would hope that I will be able to say likewise at the end of this conversation. Thank you for donating to our library. What can I do?
Well, I'd like to say thank you for, allowing me to speak with you. I know you're very, very busy. I have a couple of things, and when I do that, I kind of turn to see if the curtain is closed.
Yeah, curtain closed. Um,
I go, I have an ailment that I would like for you to look at, but in exchange, I do have some items and knowledge that you may want to look at to see if you're willing to maybe put me on the right course of taking care of this.
well, I mean, I am curious of what ailment you would have. You seem, at least exterior, you seem fairly well. Uh, but by all means, of course, I am a man of healing and of research.
Okay, so I'll
And
go. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and he's like, and as far as what you're able to share, I look forward to learning.
He goes, and I'll explain to him, like, I'm able to withstand wounds and heal very quickly and all that, but I have this one particular wound that will not heal. And I'll pull the tunic down so that he can see the wound.
He's like, at a distance, you see him like see it and squint and try to focus. He's like, that. How long has it been like that?
What has it been? About 2 weeks?
Oh, well, no. When you got it, when you
Yeah, it was the end of Green
uh,
Hill.
It's
the
in
end
the
of
green. It's in the Green Hill, but didn't it take us a week to get up here, and then we had some travel time there. So I was
you
thinking, as
were
well.
also at Green Hill
Oh, a
for a
That's
month.
couple
right.
months
That's
That's
total.
right.
right. Yeah, that's right. So I'll say about a month and a half.
Has it spread? Has it grown? It hasn't. It's just basically been consistent.
I'd be like, no, it's been basically this right here. I do know it's magical in nature
Why? How do you know it's magical? And I mean, that would
because
explain things, but how do
because
you know?
whenever I got it, it was from a magical creature. I was
Uh,
fighting a magical creature, and it injured me.
would you be able to just? Do you know the type of magical creature?
Oh yeah.
Is it something you can share? It would help me, perhaps.
Well, what do you know? What's happening, or what happened in Green Hill?
Oh, terrible. I heard. Well, I heard that there were uprises about 2, 3 months. No, more than that. It has to be more than 2 months ago, if not more. That the ogres and giants from the east were starting to gather. Adventurers and military forces were sent down to assist and hold back, but they were repelled and crushed. There are very few survivors. I even heard that they sent well, uh, followers of the shepherd to see the fallen off. I heard later that Greenhill had fallen, uh, seemingly overtaken by the giants and the ogres, and then that later they were repelled. Uh, Somehow they managed to fight back.
That's all true. There's some missing components there. Uh, did you hear of any supernatural creatures?
Giants and ogres. Um,
No, no, I mean like supernatural, not.
that's yeah. That's why he's like not. He's shaking his head no. I'm afraid not.
Have you ever heard of a creature called a hag?
Bedtime stories scare children.
Does this look like a bedtime story wound to you?
Fascinating.
And
I'd
I
take
and
your
I will
more.
and I will describe Zarya to him. None of the other ones, just Zarya.
I take it you're more than just a simple monk, then.
Well, me and my companions, I might as well tell you. You may have heard of a group called the Crass Menagerie.
Uh,
If you
Perhaps.
haven't, you probably will very soon. Well, I am one of those members. Me and my brothers fought off what was trying to invade and successfully invaded and took over Green Hill, and we're one of the reasons that Green Hill is now a free city, or a free, gets to be more like a town.
Well, that is true, and I have no reason not to believe you. That is amazing. Um, However, I see that this has to. Do you mind if I? And he kind of like approaches. Can I touch it? Can
Go
I?
ahead.
All right. He'll kind of put his hands over it, and he's like, hmm, feels. There's no. It's not infected. It's not fevered. It's not warm. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. Do you feel cold? You don't.
Not now, I don't. And I'll say, just so you understand, when I say I can heal myself, I'll pull out my Soj and I'll look at him and say, watch. And I cut my hand,
Okay.
and then I'll use my ability and I'll heal it back.
Yeah. It's not like super Wolverine, but he
I
kind.
know, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he
yeah,
sees it like the bleeding stops fairly quickly, and then it's like
but
interesting.
I
Uh,
can't heal this. I was told by someone else that it's also supernatural in nature. Out of game referring to what Meeker said, but I don't want
yeah,
to throw Meeker's name out.
yeah, I get that. It's definitely odd. Uh, f- Forgive me, and he unfolds his legs, rolls up his parchment, gets up, opens the curtain on the other side, and you see behind him, um, uh, a beautiful window, like is clear, easy sees it sees into like a garden with herbs and that. And then you see there's a couple desks of dark wood, and he's going to go to one, like almost like a terrarium looking, and reaches his hand in, and you hear like sloshing water, and he grabs and turns to you. Do you mind if I see what happened? He's holding like a leech,
Go ahead.
and he just kind of puts the leech on your wound, and you see that the leech starts to draw, and you can kind of feel it, right? And then after about 30 seconds, the leech like stops, and it just kind of unlatches and then falls to the ground and just starts trembling and shaking and shivering, and then aspires.
I take it that's not normal.
No. Hmm. Would you, as I wish not to potentially expose myself, but I am curious, would you be so kind? And he hands you a no, not like a petri dish, but he hands you like a ceramic plate. Would you be so kind as to do your trick with your hand on that wound for a sample,
You want me to cut a piece of it out?
if you can?
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Okay. And you see that he,
Just one more scar. What's that?
I mean, you seem scar-ridden. I apologize, but I'm trying to quickly ascertain what I can do for you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll. What do I need to roll?
Medicine check.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna kill myself.
You're not digging. You're just literally.
8.
Yeah, it's fine. You cut a little bit more than you needed. You're just like, yeah, whatever.
Uh, Here, I'll go back.
He's like, oh, Thank you. You like literally like just like shaved your clavicle. Like it's like well, thank you for getting multiple samples. And as you like it itself, like your natural healing will like try to close it. The wound itself closes, but the darkness doesn't go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yeah,
gonna be like an
yeah.
open festering wound, but it doesn't properly heal. It's like okay, uh, well, this has just piqued my curiosities and interest. I will. How long are you going to be in town?
Well, we're going to be in town for a few days, but if we end up leaving, I'll let you know where we're heading, and I'll tell them that we're what inn we're staying in.
Very well. Um, Hags are real.
No, no, they're fairy tales.
Hmm,
At least that's what we tell everybody, right?
understood. I will see what I can ascertain from the sample you gave me, and perhaps see if I can extract what the leech managed to pull. Um, Dregnar, right now, um, thank you. This is fascinating, and you have my sympathies for such a affliction.
And
Have you,
go ahead.
is there any other symptoms or sensations that I need to be aware of?
Not that I'm aware of right now.
Very well. Uh, you were going to say something?
Oh, and as promised, if you have some parchment, I can write down some. I'm an alchemist, but as not more than a hobby, but I've had a few potions that I've come up with and stuff like that, and I was going to jot them down for you, as well as, and I pulled out that. Remember that question mark helium potion we had?
Yeah.
Something you may be interested in studying. We were told it was possibly a healing potion, but maybe not.
He's like, for now, I appreciate it. If you wish to write whatever for me, perhaps you can have that prepared for me next time we meet. I will tell those that I need to clear up my day to focus and study and perhaps reach out to some colleagues on what you have just shown me. Um, we will contact you at the Bucking Mad.
Hmm. And I assume this will stay between you and I and those that absolutely need to know.
Yes, I will. If it is, if you are still seeking assistance, then yes, I will need to reach out to a few of my colleagues that are perhaps more versed in supernatural afflictions, ailments, and well, perhaps even the studying of such things.
Okay. Well, I'll trust your judgment on this because I don't think you want to get me on your bad side.
Uh, I am not the type that wishes to have anyone on my bad side. Um, has devoted my life to healing and aiding those that need it. If you wish, I doubt, maybe more for curiosity's sake, I doubt that this will do much, but if it helps, um, let me know, and he'll go back, he'll open one of the drawers, look, he'll take out a knife, and then like easily something you missed because of how clear the glass window is. There's actually an opening, and he's able to step through, and it almost looks like he just steps through the glass. Uh, but he does it because there's not like a woo, woo, woo effect or anything. He just steps through, and he goes to a couple bushes, and you see that he takes some like little buds off of one plant and takes some leaves off another, and then puts them in like a almost like a cheesecloth for you, and ties it up, and he says, perhaps a few times a day, steep it in some warm water, uh, a few leaves and a few of the buds. It could assist. I'm not sure.
And what are the names of these things?
Uh, rose hip, rose hip. and Healer's Bay,
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
of course. And then
Mm.
he kind of, as you're starting to walk, he kind of walks. He reaches out his plate with the food, takes a bite, walks with you, and he'll walk you out. And you'll hear him discuss with them. Is like, seeing if there's anything important for the rest of his day. And since there's not, he's like, I am going to be focusing on something. And please reach out to, as you're walking out, you can go ahead and give me a perception check.
21.
21. Please reach out to Hadril and Joel.
I'm assuming he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to like
You
the
hear him,
reception.
yeah, but that's what you hear while you're leaving.
Hadriel and Joel. Okay.
Hadriel and
Hadriel and Joel.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wish him a good day and hope to hear from him soon.
good day. You freaked the shit out of him.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, in short, he's like, okay.
Well,
So not only are hags real, but they had this shit too.
Yeah.
Okay.
rip
We
in
got some more
pieces.
Yeah, Hadriel and Joel. So I will head back to the library, hoping to God the city guard is not there arresting an elephant for destroying a crystal ball.
Yeah, alright, so jumping to Karos, who's waiting for y'all to do something in the library. What's the plan? You guys have like an hour before Dregnar comes back.
Whew.
And then we'll probably take a break and decide if we want to play a little bit more or if we want to.
I would say Davis would be surprisingly exhausted. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I didn't do anything, but I'm so tired.
Is he mental fatigue?
Unless somebody comes back and tells me like what they said, I'm not gonna fuck with the orb.
Okay.
Until somebody comes up and tells me I can.
Okay. I will, at the end of the session, I will have a quick little, like, my imagination, because my imagination was running wild when you mentioned the interest. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
shit, I didn't think
For
of this.
some reason, I was like, wait, if that is Crystal and I could ask if it is, I could technically use it. For that.
Yeah, and I didn't
So
think
I
about
was like,
that. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, alright, cool. Alright, so we'll say time spent, no other information gathered. Carlos will kind of speak of some of the cool things that he saw in the back, like a collection of skulls and stuff.
They have
Relabeled.
skulls in
And
libraries? Dope.
he's like, apparently they have some display section.
Huh.
Usually, if you go to one that's of a university or large size, they tend to have also objects to be able to study. They had some shield on the wall that was like almost split in two. Apparently has like some historical significance. It was pretty interesting. But you guys are able to all convene, spent 4 or 5 hours on campus.
What a
So,
lovely day it was.
yeah. Like, campuses are
No.
fun when you go there on your own fruition. It's like, I want to be here. Yeah. Alright. So what would the menagerie like to do?
Not die from an exotic disease on my shoulder.
Exotic, supernatural diseases? Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to call it.
Yeah.
Session for the night? Okay.
Yeah.
So, where was the next place that you wanted to go? Is it Tabards or was it
I think it was Tabards next, wasn't
It
it?
was either tabards or festivities.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be Tabards then, because it's. I mean, you could do daytime festivities if you wanted to, but
Yeah.
I know Rock was more interested, at least for the night activities.
Yeah.
So we'll say
I just
without
figure cutting it here is good because then it's easier to retroactive if anybody has anything they want done here.
exactly. So without much going on, the menagerie plan, which we could retroactive, before leaving, but as they leave the university, the menagerie, it's a little bit past the midday at this point. will head down the caravan straight, heading out of the Lyceum district, accompanied by all manner of musics and street artists and individuals selling beads and other trinkets for the Festival of Colors as well, as they head back towards the Petal district. And we'll pick up with that.